Greetings Assassins, Wayne here and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Assassin's Creed movie because over the last few days a poster has been creeping up online which was allegedly for the Assassin's Creed movie. Now the poster is up on screen right now if you haven't seen it. We've got the eagle, we've got the branding, and then we've got the release date, and then we've got some details regarding licensing in the top corner, and there was many questions regarding whether or not this was authentic or not. You know, we've seen some really well done fan-made Assassin's Creed movie posters, so there was a lot of questions looming regarding its authenticity, and luckily enough Ubisoft have responded to the poster courtesy of Access the Animus. Thank you very much guys, you guys are absolutely awesome, keep up the good work. And in their response Ubisoft said, and I quote, "The Assassin's Creed film related artwork is a placeholder image being used for the licensing show taking place this week in the US. It is not the official key art or poster for the up-and-coming film which is slated for release in December 2016. So we can confirm that this poster is real, it is authentic, it is genuine, but it's not meant for public consumption. It's not meant for us. This is meant to be shown at the expo, the Licensing Expo. It's meant for investors to show what projects are coming down the line and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's not meant for us, and I'm kind of glad really because I have one problem with the poster, and that is the movie subtitle. Now, every ounce of my brain just says get rid of it. It doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't sound right. I mean, like when you say it, Assassin's Creed, the movie, you know, it dilutes it a little bit. It dilutes it and waters down the Assassin's Creed part of the logo, in my honest opinion. Assassin's Creed, the movie, and yeah, there's no need to ram it down the throats of the movie audience that this is a video game adaptation. There's no need for it. Let the movie stand on its own merit, on its own terms, and yeah, let it be its own thing. There's no need to try and link it or tie it or make sure it's held up by the video game part of the franchise. You know, Assassin's Creed the movie, get rid of it. Could just call it Assassin's Creed, or if you want to differentiate the title from the first game, call it The Assassin's Creed. I think that sounds more cooler. The Assassin's Creed, you know what I mean? Like, not Assassin's Creed the movie, you know? But yeah, get rid of it, because, for another reason really, because there could be a potential that people who want to go and see this film may be potentially turned off because of the movie subtitle. And it's happened before, and it'll only be a small percentage, but it's still a piece of the potential audience where they look at it and they see the movie and they get this impression that, oh, it's a movie version of something. Do I have to know about this something before going into it? Do I have to go onto Wikipedia or play the games and know what's going on? As far as the video game franchise goes before watching this film. And with Assassin's Creed, it's a tough thing to sell because Assassin's Creed is a very high concept franchise. It's a very high concept idea. And what I mean by high concept is that it's a very spectacular what if scenario. Jurassic Park is the same. And in relation to Assassin's Creed, you're talking about the high concept of there's a machine that can read human DNA, and within human DNA there's the memories of their ancestors, and the machine turns it into video. In the background there's been this millennia old feud between assassins and Templars, you know, for the battling over the freedom and control of humanity, and there were these aliens that came to Earth and they made man in their image as a slave race, and there was a natural disaster. And it's a tough elevator pitch, and you don't want to bog down the audience or the potential audience with all that detail before going into the movie, because you think, good God, what's going on here? The Assassin's Creed storyline overall is complicated as it is, and you want to soften the blow and make it a nicer entry experience for the audience as much as possible. And that kind of ties into the potential storyline really, because I don't want to see an adaptation. I don't want to see an adaptation of a story already been told. You know, I've already seen Desmond and Altair, and yes, some people out there obviously want to see Desmond and Altair fleshed out onto the big screen, but what else could be done? You know, in terms of those characters. I mean, like, are you just going to rewrite the original story of AC1 or AC2? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it. I think having the movie, you have the potential to do something new and something more creative. Which is why, in my opinion, I think the Assassin's Creed movie storyline should be an original story with original characters. And for the fans, have it set within the established universe, have it be part of the overall continuity of the Assassin's Creed franchise and lore. And that way you have all the fan service, you have all the underlaid stuff. I would think it would be more cool to watch Michael Fassbender being an original character in the Abstergo labs or whatever, and you look at a monitor and you see Desmond's face on there, and you see details about Ezio and hints at Project Phoenix and that sort of stuff. I think that would be more cooler, and it's a subtle version of fan service. You don't need to have all these characters crammed in there just for fan service. You can have a more subtle layer of it, and then you can tell an original story on top of that, and then have all the natural exposition regarding the Animus, you know, the Assassins, Templars, those who came before, the ideas and the concepts behind Eagle Sense, how does it work? You can have all that exposition naturally expressed with an original character, with an original story. And I think it's better for fans and for the fans and the overall audience alike. I would like to see something new. I would like to see something more new and fresh. I don't want to see a rehash of something that's already been done before, in my honest opinion. But at the end of the day, that's up to Ubisoft. I mean, they have creative control over this project, I believe. Last time I checked, they had creative control, and that's probably the reason why it's taken so long, because they tried Prince of Persia, they tried selling the license to the studio, and they got the film back, and it wasn't necessarily what they wanted. So now they want the final say. They want the final say over the script, the casting, and the final cut of the film. And that's why it's taken so long. Originally it was going to be with Sony, now it's with Warner Brothers. So Ubisoft now have a chance to do something really new and fresh. And they have the pedigree. Like Lineage, I really enjoyed Lineage. As it is, as like a prequel for the fans. And then they have Hybrid Technologies who worked on that, and that visual effects company that Ubisoft owns recently worked on Tomorrowland and Jurassic World, so they have the visual effects pedigree as well to bring all this stuff to life on screen. And again, it's a great opportunity for them to do something new, something that they might not necessarily be able to do in the games, you know. Like they could do it in a cutscene, but I think, like, obviously the element of the visual experience can be more enticing, and obviously you have the big visual effects work, and I think it could be great for Ubisoft to take advantage of that and do something that they might not have been able to do before because of hardware limitations or whatever. And you've also got to consider the interactive element as well. Video games are an interactive medium, so you always have to keep the player invested through gameplay. Taking that away gives better opportunities to be more methodical and more interesting with the storytelling and character development, and I think that'll be really cool with the fan service and the original storytelling on top, and I think it'll just be a great thing to do. So yeah, anyway guys, I'm going to call it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of the poster below. Do you agree with me? Do you think they should lose the movie subtitle, let the film poster and the artwork and the material stand out on its own? Do you think the Assassin's Creed movie should be an original story? You know, would you like to see something new and fresh and something new that will excite the overall fan base? Or would you rather just see a copy, an adaptation of something that we've already seen? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, until the next one, take care and be safe. Love you all, Assassins. Went out. Peace.